How the hell you doing, Brainiacs? Long Island Iced Tea here, ready to talk Pro-Graps with you! And it's the cold of winter, and oh my, the steel of the tables, the ladders, and the chairs is gonna be extra cold on December 16th. We are headed there, and we are ready to talk all the WWE today, but also everything else going on in the entire world. Sports entertainment, pro wrestling is going crazy these days. Big news this week, big signings in Ring of Honor, big stuff to talk about. I don't know where to begin. I could talk about the great mixed tag match coming up on Impact Wrestling. I don't know what I'm going to do. I could start anywhere, Brainiacs. Tweet it, read it, tout it, shout it, be all about it at the Brainbusters on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Instagram Junior. Here, joining us today, we have... Well, he's the hijo de the original Calzones, but, man, he's holding it down like he's the original. It's Dr. Calzones, who we're going to have something special for you today, Doctor. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Long Island. I would be the original Calzones, but my father's standing right next to me, so I'm going to just give it to him.
The Padre Day Doctor is here today. Maybe we'll hear from him. It is a special occasion after all, Brainiacs. Find out what that is in a second. The Sultan of social media, a man called Wired's here to celebrate pro wrestling. What's up, Wired?
What's going on, Long Island? Things are sizzling when the Padre of the Doctor is in town, but we'll see how that goes. It's been a great week, Long Island. Hashtag Christmas is coming early. I mean, there's so much happening. I feel like Christmas this year is a TLC. I think we're open presents, I think, because how can things get much better than that?
Christmas is on December 16th, as far as I'm concerned. I don't think anyone can tell me different. Vinman's on limited dates. I think he's actually in Vegas trying to secure Wrestlemania 36 as a location. I don't know if that's going to work. We have Moose the Mark. Hopefully he'll show up to celebrate our very special occasion today, but right now he's complaining on the internet. I see him actually on Reddit right now. He posted 30 seconds ago complaining about matches added to TLC. Jumpin' Jacob J. Get us in order. Matches are being made everywhere. Where are we starting? What's causing all this?
I don't understand how you can complain about matches being added to a pay-per-view, but again, he needs something to complain about, so let's just let him have that little piece of the internet. Yes, guys, TLC quickly up on us. December 16th, like you alluded to, SmackDown, we got to find out that another chapter of this Lynch-Flair rivalry is going to be written. That SmackDown Live, or excuse me, as Paige said it, the Women's SmackDown Championship is going to be suspended high above the ring. And we also found out this week that you can't spell TLC without Asuka. Tell us a little bit about that, Wired.
You're right. I mean, it was out of nowhere. What about Royal?
I can tell. Calm down. Take a breath.
So this week, right, Asuka, Paige decides to have a women's battle royal, which was the main event of this week's SmackDown Live, and Asuka prevails, now becoming a winner of a Royal Rumble and a battle royal.
Yes.
Adding her to this match just adds to the complexity, to the level of intensity. Are you good, Doctor? Okay, thank you. That's this match. What's going to happen? You have the women's championship that's going to be suspended above the air. You have tables, you have ladders, you have chairs. What's going to happen? I don't know, but Asuka has been known for those strong hits. We'll see what happens when she has a 10-foot ladder in her hands.
Now, Long Island, we don't know much about Asuka's, how she feels about height. That's something we don't really know about her. But wouldn't you, I think it's fair to say she's been on something of a renaissance lately, perhaps getting away from this tag team act with Naomi a little bit. And this is really, she needs to be in the main event of picture. This is something we have not seen since, SummerSlam maybe?
Well, I just have to tell everyone, shame on you if you were doubting Asuka would be back in this position. She's very good. She was hanging out with her friend Naomi for a few months, and I don't blame her. She wanted to help take care of business. Sometimes you got to help your friends. I'm all about that. I mean, there have been moments in Brainbuster Radio where, I've had to, sit down at a computer with Moose the Mark and help him fight through some anger issues because I'm his friend. I do things like that. Asuka was doing that for Naomi, helping her with, all the craziness on SmackDown Live. But now she's back in the main event, TLC Triple Threat tables. Is it a TLC match at TLC, the Triple Threat, Triple J?
Yes, it is.
So she's going to be in here. Heights, and you know what you ask? Is she okay with heights? I think so, because she was on the edge of that wrestling ring in the Royal Rumble and in the Battle Royal. Asuka's very good in space, in small space, big space, and I think she's going to be just fine on those, what is that, like a 6-inch ladder rung. So she'll be fine.
Yeah, but the apron is only a couple feet above the ring. That ladder, once you get up there, that thing may be 20 feet high in the air.
Well, let's get things straight. The apron is at the same level as the ring, not a couple feet higher. But I do understand what you're saying, Long Island. I mean, once you're on top of that rung, the very top, you have to small steps, right? Short steps. You can't be taking long strides. None of these women are really familiar with this. I want to say it was Becky and maybe Asuka. Have they all been in a women's Money in the Bank, Triple J?
Well, Becky for sure, and I believe Charlotte was in it.
Charlotte wasn't the original one, I believe, if I remember that correctly.
I mean, listen, once you're up there, the people on the, down on the floor, they look like ants.
Dr. Calzones, in your medical opinion, does it help to be taller or shorter whenever you're fighting on like a 6-inch rung on top of a ladder? Who has the advantage medically?
That's pretty hard, because if you're tall, you're not as high off the ground. But I mean, when you fall down a lot harder if you were smaller.
Where is this pay-per-view taking place at? Well, I hope it's not a high altitude town.
San Jose, California.
Okay.
Is it really? Weren't they just there or was that just NXT that was there?
NXT was there on their way to Survivor Series, so they're going to come back, I guess, and double back
the SAP
TLC.
Center. Yeah, the SAP Center, December 16th. Tables, ladders, chairs, which I can't wait to play that song over and over and over again on our TLC edition of Brainbuster Radio, guys. But Asuka added to this match, and I think this is an epic moment. This is, I'd say, the female equivalent of The Rock facing Triple H, facing Stone Cold Steve Austin in a triple threat. You got the three best in their prime at that moment going at it: Asuka, Charlotte, Becky Lynch. This is what it's all about, and this is going to be the best triple threat women's match of all time, I think. And of course, obviously, Charlotte will win. I'll make that prediction right now.
I'm not ready to make that prediction, but I think your analogy into Rock, Austin, and Triple H. I think I think you're right on the money there. It's something I agree with you. These gals are just, they're doing it all, especially Becky Lynch. She is at a level that we've never seen her before. I could argue Asuka's she's been a little hotter before. Charlotte Flair, I think this is the epitome of her height. Does anybody think that Ronnie's going to stick her nose in this match at all?
Ronda.
Yes.
She's got beef with 2 of the 3 competitors in it, so that's very possible. But she has to deal with Nia Jax at TLC, so I don't know if she should. I hope she's not worried about what's going on in the SmackDown women's match.
Ronnie is probably definitely going to get involved in some way, shape, or form. She's been jealous ever since Becky's been owning her on Twitter.
That's obvious, yes.
And now that Charlotte did what she did, I think Ronda has huge beef with just any woman that's going to try to take her spotlight. So be careful, Asuka. Don't try to be better than Ronda, even though you already are.
Now, is this the planned main event?
The triple threat? As far as I'm concerned, this is the biggest match. I mean, AJ and Daniel Bryan, the rematch is really big, but that was a SmackDown main event already, and that we've seen it. This is something we've never seen. We probably will never see again. This is the main event, if you ask me, the triple threat women's TLC match. The pay-per-view's called TLC, Triple J, so shouldn't the main event match be a TLC match?
I feel like we have like 4 of them already, though.
I mean, it should, but it's not. It's not part of Raw, and we all know that Raw. They play favorites over there, big time.
Well, they did win 6-2 at Super Survivor Series, so it is the superior brand. By my count, it was 6-2, but that's still. I think they're still. They're doing a recount of what happened at the Super Survivor Series. Dr. Calzones, what's your main event for TLC?
I'm gonna have to go with the triple threat women's match. I guess the TLC. It's gonna be good. They're all dominant, and the best of the best fighting in one match.
You don't think the men's main event match would work?
Which one? Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles?
No, I'm talking about on Raw.
Oh no.
Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental title.
I don't want to see any of those trash bums, so I'm good.
Well, if you
Doctor was very bad last week because he didn't get to see AJ Styles Survivor Series weekend.
Dr. Calzones, are you dubbing this trash LC?
I'm gonna have to. It does have
tables, ladders, and caca. I think.
Well, I don't know. I think. I don't know. This card does have AJ Styles and it does have Asuka. So I think. For
now,
I'm gonna have to refrain
we're still 2 weeks away.
Unless if someone gets hurt again and AJ Styles gets kicked in the nuts again by that goat face. I mean, anything can change.
It's a pay-per-view on December 16th. Tables, ladders, gaga. It's a WWE show on the network. Trash, ladders, chairs. Yeah.
It's a good theme.
It is a good theme, but I don't like that name. I think it's tables, ladders, chairs, and it's going to be epic. If you go by the official show page on the new WWE.com, Triple J, I know you look all way into this kind of stuff.
I just looked at it.
And you always go by what's there. So if you're going by that, then the Intercontinental title match is the one on top. So that looks like it's the main event if you're looking at this page.
Yeah, but we know what happened the last time the Intercontinental title main evented a card.
Well, we also have the Braun Strowman situation is very interesting to me. Long Island, do you have that in our list of subjects here? We don't. I can't tell what's going on with Braun Strowman right now.
You know what, Wired? Maybe you should run that by me first before we bring that up.
You're bringing
everything in order here.
You're bringing things out of order here, Wired. But you do bring up a good point.
Talking about TLC,
and we have a doctor here. I want to ask the doctor about Braun Strowman's elbow and the recovery time on that. He just had surgery to repair it. Like what was it? A shattered elbow? What's the official injury
Shatter
there?
machine elbow.
So, doctor, for a normal man, how long does this take? And for a monster among men, how long does it take to recover from a surgery like that?
For a normal man, it would take about 6-7 months. For Braun Strowman, probably like 2, maybe a month.
2 months? So you don't anticipate Braun Strowman making it?
For the match.
Oh, no, he'll probably make it, but we'll be at 100%.
Well, Doctor, I know you went to a conference in Chicago last weekend, and did you see Dr. James Andrews, who performed the surgery on Braun Strowman? If so, what did he say about it? Did he give you any details about the surgery?
I did see him, but I couldn't get to him. All he did was 2 finger guns and a wink, and then he walked away. So I'm guessing that's a good sign. I just went Braun Strowman. He did 2 guns. He went pew pew, wink, and then walked away. he heard Vinman was in Vegas, so I guess he doesn't want us to play the odds. But I'm suggesting by those 2 finger guns and wink, I'm guessing that's a good sign.
I'll tell you what, I'm more confident in Braun Strowman going into that match injured than I am Becky Lynch going into her match, Triple J. I think she's vulnerable.
Well, she absolutely is, because again, it's a triple threat match.
She's got a broken face.
Does she still have a broken face? Because she's cleared to wrestle. I mean, again, I'm not a doctor. I don't know how long I hate face heals, but.
Well, she didn't have a broken face. I thought she just had a concussion and it just swelled up.
Well, she had a concussion and a broken face, I believe.
Yeah, she has a broken face. Her face broke.
She had a broken face, but not a busted face. I think
she just needs. She needs one of those Cody Rhodes masks, and she'll be fine.
Oh, that'd be good if Becky Lynch was wearing one of those. That's a good idea.
That's her to be bringing out brown paper bags and passing them out.
Dashing Becky Lynch would be a new gimmick. This pay-per-view, there's a lot of complaining on the internet here. Let's go live. I put a microphone in Moose the Mark's apartment so we can spy on him if you guys are okay spying on him.
He's not aware of this.
He's not. I mean, all we're going to hear him is probably if we tap into the feed, Doctor. Go ahead. All we're going to hear is him furiously typing away. And
I'm just hoping. Please be on Please be on Reddit and not Pornhub, please.
Or snoring. It's not that. It's not that late in the day.
It is only 11 a.m. as of this live on tape edition of BBR. Go into the live feed at Moose the Mark's apartment, Dr. Calzones. Will you fire it up?
Got it.
Oh, see, I can see his computer here. He's typing away.
Is this keyboard smoking?
Yeah, who was? He said who was booking Raw. I heard Vince McMahon was the one who wrote most of the show. You could tell that garbage was written by a 70-year-old man. This shit sucks. TLC's going to be terrible. I hate this time of year in WWE. What is he talking about? This is the best time of year, Wired. I mean, look at this card. Look at all the unknowns. We've got the Royal Rumble just over a month away. We've got big matches that are going to play into that. Mixed match challenge is ending, and the number 30 is going to be determined in both Royal Rumbles. What is this Jagoff talking about and complaining about on Reddit?
Just anything he can think of that sounds familiar from the time before he was complaining. I mean, Raw was fine. SmackDown's fine. Who cares? We are on the cusp of the holiday season. People might be thinking that everyone's taking this time off to spend it with their families, but not WWE. WWE is putting their best foot forward, and whatever. Shut up, Mr. Mark.
So when Uncle Dave Meltzer tweets out that 10 million people used to watch Raw every week and now 2 million people watch it every week, we shouldn't be down in the dumps or feel like nobody likes wrestling anymore.
Does he include DVR, and does he include what's it called? Online?
Look, Long Island, I don't mean to out you here, but you don't even watch it technically because you watch it through like WooTube or something.
Who?
You.
Oh no, I watch Raw on a cable provider.
Okay, well you used to, right? I mean, come on.
On a streaming service cable provider. And is that counted towards the rating? We don't know. What if you watch it on DirecTV Now or YouTube TV or WooTube TV? Or what if you watch it on Fubo, Triple J? Shouldn't that all count? Is it all counted? We don't know. Nobody knows these rating systems anymore. They don't matter.
No, I do not know the logistics. And, like some of you, I usually watch Raw on a DVR on a cable streaming device. So I don't have a Nielsen box on top of my television, so I don't know how that stuff works.
Well, so what about the millions of people, Triple J, who get tapes from friends who tape it for them on Monday? On usually, a lot of people get it on like a Wednesday. Your buddy at work will tape it for you and give you the tape and said, just get that back to me by the weekend. A lot of people do that.
Exactly. There's no way to tally that stuff.
I don't see him counting people's tapes. You don't know nothing.
Yeah, that's all bullshit.
I just don't understand what the point is if here's the number that matters. Here's the number that matters. $2 billion from Fox because they thought it was enough people that are watching wrestling every single week. That's what happened.
Yes,
Shut up, Dave.
Yes.
Well, the thing that matters to me, the number that matters to me, Triple J. Do you know the number I'm talking about? The number.
I have a number in my mind, and I hold on. Let me find my party hat.
Get your hat, get your party hat, get the piñatas, because it's a celebration. Because the number that matters today is not 2 million whatever weekly Raw of viewers or whatever it is now. The number today is 6, because that's what matters. More listeners than ever these days for Brainbuster Radio, more clicks, more downloads, more follows, and that's because consistently over the last 6 years, we have had only one hombre pushing the buttons, guiding this show along, making it sound great, and making it sound awesome every single week, making relevant button presses and relevant music, making us sound like a professional outfit, and he also is very, very handsome, and of course I'm talking about Dr. Mil Calzones, who, for 6 years you've been here on Brainbuster Radio, and today on Brainbuster Radio, we are celebrating your 6-year anniversary on the show. Congratulations.
But this is your life.
What a great 6 years it's been, Doctor.
Oh, man, I did not expect this, even though I picked the music out. I'm gonna I'm gonna need a new mask, guys.
And
I'm
brought the
gonna need a new mask.
piñatas. He didn't expect it.
I brought the balloons.
He brought the balloons, the piñata, the tortas. He didn't expect it.
I brought my dad. I brought everybody.
Guys, I can't believe. I mean, if you just look over there down the ramp, there's just an endless train of tortas being rolled out here, and I don't see an end in sight. Really, they're just coming, and I don't even know if those are to share or not.
It's great. We've got the party tortas. We've got everybody here. We've got everybody standing inside the studio. Mr. Marburger's here, his entire family. You've got Moose the Mark is going to come in, hopefully via Skype if he's done complaining. Vinman actually sent us a postcard from Vegas and said, congratulations on 6 great years. Doctor, can I place any bets for you? Do you need him to place any bets for you, Doctor?
I'm Braun Strowman to show up for TLC.
All right, I'll text Vinman. I mean, look at everybody here. We've got Maxi Taxi. We've got Dan the Hitman Cini. Everyone's here celebrating you, Doctor. What do you have to say to them?
Oh, man, I just want to say thank you, guys. You guys are the best.
Wire, do you have a favorite Dr. Calzones memory on the show?
No, but the Doctor,
wow.
One thing people don't know about the Doctor, and that's something that's very interesting, is that he didn't even start studying to become a doctor until about 6 months ago. So, you know, that is some putting some work in.
In the States.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you're fine. You're still a doctor. It's all good. So 6 years ago, you know, this man came to the show as just some normal torta eating individual.
Well,
yeah,
no, we all know what happened. You guys were coming up with Brainbuster Radio. You guys went to your nearest Home Depot, and you were like, "Hey, who knows how to run the soundboard?
Who's that guy eating tortas?" Right? That's what happened. And now look what happened. I mean, this is just the story of a lifetime. Some from rags to riches, and hopefully never to rags. Congratulations, Doctor.
Rob, my favorite Dr. Calzones memory is, remember the show we did, Triple J, where Dr. Calzones was like 69 feet up in the air, and he came crashing down and landed on his feet and was just walked like nothing happened with a torta in his hand. I like how Dr. Calzones is able to just fall from high places. It's like he came from heaven to be our producer. It's amazing.
Yeah, we got just so lucky that day to have this man in our lives. You know, I'd like to tell a quick story about my close, personal, good, long-time friend, Dr. Mil Calzones. You know, he did me a real solid this one episode. You know, we're going a little bit behind the curtain here because I don't think you or Wired or anybody else knows about this between the doctor and myself. But I actually had to leave early this one show. And, you know, I said, Dr. Calzones, are you able to do a voice impression of me so I can get out of here and run some errands? And he said, no problem at all. And I listened to it back. You guys had no idea that I left and he was doing my voice. So, Dr. Calzones, thank you so much for that. I guess the cat is out of the bag now. But, you know, a jack of all trades.
That probably has happened multiple episodes. I mean, Dr. Calzones,
you wouldn't even know,
is obviously the best impressionist on the show. Doctor, can you give us any one of your famous impressions, just here to celebrate on your 6-year anniversary?
Maybe a little Andre, if possible.
Oh, I just did Triple J. You guys didn't hear that?
Oh, was that? Wait, what was that talking about?
Little Andre, he's really good.
I told you. You're welcome.
Jeez.
I'm good.
You know what? Something that goes unnoticed too is the doctor
is the one time
careless sometimes.
Yeah, remember the time the doctor was all hopped up on drugs doing the show? I mean, the fact that he embarrassed himself. We had Sting on, remember, Triple J, and the doctor was all drugged up. He fell flat on his face, but he recovered, and it's just a testament to his will and courage.
Absolutely, a good
Vince wasn't on
through and through.
You know, the doctor, he's also very thankful, I'm sure, because he tends to get a little sloppy when we're in New Orleans for WrestleMania and almost got killed by a horse twice. So I'm very thankful.
That horse was way out.
I'm very thankful. I don't know. I mean, the doctor's just not paying attention where he's walking. He's torta drunk by the time he gets, his house. But so it's been a crazy ride, Doctor. And again, congratulations. We're happy to have you at least in one piece for now.
So, Doctor, I was hoping you might reveal a secret to us. For 6 years you've been on the show, and for 6 years, Triple J and I have been wondering, how do you get those torta wrappers to hang out of your back pocket without falling out? How do you do that? What's the trick?
All right, I'm gonna have to finally tell you my secret is these are called torta pants, and when you put a torta in your back pocket, it clips on in the back. And it just holds it nice and tight.
So you have like a torta clip.
Yeah, it's inside the back pocket. You clip in the torta, and whenever you can probably fit in about 2 or 3 tortas in there. So when you take one out, another one reloads.
I want to get me some torta pants, Triple J. Well, congratulations to Dr. Calzones. 6 years here on Brainbuster Radio. Man, they had a 20-year for Jeff Hardy on SmackDown. I don't know if you caught that, Triple J, but that I was already looking forward to this. They tried to, I think, undercut our celebration that we've had planned for months. That paled in comparison. And the good thing is Samoa Joe didn't ruin this one.
No, that's right. We're not hearing Samoa Joe's loud music for celebrating the
And that's because Dr. Calzones is in control of the sounds, always and forever here on Brainbuster Radio. Congratulations, Doctor. And here's to many more years here on Brainbuster Radio. Oh, you don't want to say like gracias or okay, I'll be here, or I'm going to sign.
No, it's hard.
Long-term contract.
I have to turn my head away, put on a new mask, because if you look at it, it would look like mascara was running down my face.
Oh,
but thank you.
Crying.
Gracias, amigos. Gracias.
It's beautiful. Well, Doctor, with 6 years on the show, you're grizzled, and I think you're ready for anything. You're always on your toes. So what if I spring this on you? Because right now we're ready for the return of a super pose down. If you're ready to go one-on-one with Triple J,
let's do this.
It's time for a Brainbuster Radio super pose down. All right, Brainiacs, welcome to the super pose down here on Brainbuster Radio. I will be the referee for this contest, pitting Dr. Mil Calzones versus Jumpin' Jacob J. And today we've got a very interesting topic to debate. Fear. What do you fear the most? What is worse? And the question today is facing Brock Lesnar one-on-one or having Randy Orton choose you as a victim, stalking you for weeks on end. Which is worse? Let's take it to Jumpin' Jacob J first. Triple J, make your argument.
Well, listen, no doubt it is scary going up against a once-ever athlete, a beast, a conqueror, the current Universal Heavyweight Champion of the world in Brock Lesnar. But listen, Randy Orton, that stuff gets inside your head. Brock Lesnar, you take one punch to the face, it's all over. You don't have to worry about that in the weeks or the months leading up to it. But you got to worry about Randy Orton. If he chooses you, if he picks you as his next victim, you got to worry about power tools being shoved in orifices of your body. You got to worry. You can't even do your job. You saw those poor guys in the production truck. They weren't even part of the stalking. You got to worry about fingers, ears, earlobes, toes, other protruding objects from your body. Randy Orton, I would, a lot of people say I would not wish this on my worst enemy. Listen, my worst enemies, I would want Randy Orton stalking them for the rest of their lives.
Triple J sticking his dirty fingers inside Dr. Calzones' tortas. What will the doctor do?
Look, Triple J, Brock Lesnar can knock people out with one punch, but everybody knows Brock Lesnar doesn't like to do that. He likes to take his time. He likes to suplex, take a break, look at the crowd, and then give you another suplex. A German suplex all day. Brock Lesnar is a beast. Yes, anyone can recover from mind games from Randy Orton, but you cannot recover from a Brock Lesnar beatdown. He'll give you broken bones, and you'll just never be the same again.
Dr. Calzones, he gets out his stethoscope, and he's sticking it up Triple J's rear end. Oh my goodness, Triple J is able to take this. What punishment?
Doctor, I respect your opinion, but I have to say, on your way back to your house daily, have you ever feared that your house would be on fire whenever you got home every single day, because that is something that not only Randy Orton thinks of, but it is a proven fact. It is something that he has done. He has lit houses on fire. He has killed people in the past, whether they were real or alive. It truly has happened. Listen, Brock Lesnar, I understand you're going to get a beating of your life, but it's very simple. Before your match, you take a couple of children's Benadryls, you go numb, you don't feel anything. You just get through it. You take a hell of a beating, and you feel like you got ran over by a train the next morning. Randy Orton, this is psychological horror. You know, these are, you close your eyes, you go to sleep, you try to get away from that, but you still see snakes swirling around, you know, in your shoes. Whenever you wake up, you still see images in your mind. My gosh, you can't even, like I said, you can't even use power tools or fix anything. It's a trigger mechanism. I would not want Randy Orton anywhere near me.
Triple J is whipping out his big hog. That this hoss is ready to make Dr. Calzones tap out. Will he?
Imagine just sitting just standing in the middle of the ring, and then you hear his theme music just hit. This beast, this gigantic man just walking down the ramp, ready to whoop your ass. That is fear, my friend. This guy has been wrestling for like the last 6 years, and he's only lost about 3 matches. Can you imagine having to face a man who's pretty much unbeatable most of the time? That's just a beating and a beating and a beating and a beating that person's going to get. So I would rather have Randy Orton. I can deal with mental games. I'll just lock my doors, put extra locks on, and I'll be fine.
Suplexes and steel steps and screwdrivers and big hosses. Ring the damn bell that this match is over. One of the most violent superposed downs of all time, and it's time now to determine the winner of this superposed down between Dr. Calzones and Jumpin' Jake. Wire, do you want to answer that?
Hello?
You have a collect call from London, England. Will you accept the charges?
Yes.
Hello, I am the Queen of England, and I am here to call and wish Dr. Calzones a happy 6th anniversary on the Brainbuster Radio, my favorite program to talk about wrestling.
Well, thank you, Queen. This is huge.
Doctor, do you know this person?
What the fuck? Why the fuck is the Queen calling me? Did I meet her?
Wait, language. This is the Queen of England, bro.
Fuck England.
Dr. Calzones performed my hip surgery 3 months ago.
You need to hang up.
And we fell in love. And, Doctor, I'm here to ask you, will you come back to England and marry me? And you could be the King of England.
Yeah, no, I'm not being the king of that dump. Someone... Trash, hang this up. Hang up.
You have the power to hang up. That's huge. You don't have sponsorship.
Wait, why'd you guys hang up? I didn't get to ask the Queen anything.
You don't. What do you need to know? It's gloomy.
Okay, it's very suspicious. Why is the Queen calling us collect though? That is kind of suspicious.
That was bogus.
I don't understand. Why would the Queen of England be calling to wish Dr. Calzones?
Why are you so angry with England? Do you have like a bad history with them or something, Doctor?
No, I don't.
History with them.
I know. I don't like it. I don't know. It's just England.
Did you get exiled or something from that country?
Well, I've never been there. It's too far.
Wait, time out. Was that really the Queen of England?
Look at the number, bro.
It was a collect call.
Star 67 stuff.
I know Star 67. I bet.
Well,
Look,
I would Triple J, but you know we're out of time almost. We got to get to all the headlines from the week. If you're ready to talk about the news,
yes,
of the pro wrestling
the news
week.
and views. We got a little more than usual. Some things that I feel very passionate about here.
Triple J's very passionate about socks and news. on this week's Brainbuster Radio headlines. This week on Brainbuster Radio headlines, date changes for big events in April, streaming big events in April, big signings, big matches, and big news for MLW. This week, Brainbuster Radio headlines is brought to you by Marburger phone cards. Marburger phone cards. Never be a broke-ass fool and call your friends collect. Get a Marburger phone call for real cheap so you can make phone calls without, making people pay to talk to you on the phone like this is 1981. Marburger phone cards. You can get them at any Marburger Mart or 7-Eleven. Dr. Calzones, I don't know if that was the Queen. The Queen would never call collect. She'd at least use a Marburger phone card.
No, but if we accepted that collect call, how much is that going to cost us?
Oh, that's a good point. With the Margaret Burgers, we'll cover it.
We'll just dispute it.
We'll put it on their tab. First up on headlines this week, the G1 Supercard in Madison Square Garden, which we will be at on April 6th, a Saturday, will stream on New Japan World. So anybody who is nervous about that can rest easy. If you have an NJPW World account, you will be able to watch the G1 Supercard live from Madison Square Garden.
Wasn't this on Honor Club anyway?
It's going to be on both.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay.
So Long Island, can I correct you? I believe it's only on New Japan World if you're not in the U.S.
Is it going to be blacked out in the United States?
Yes, because that's what happened last time with the G. There was a Ring of Honor and a New Japan World or something like that. Yeah,
okay,
so
that's fine. But you
have Ring of yeah.
But that's all. But also, we've got a lot of Japanese brainiacs listening. We've got brainiacs living in Canada that it might not be blacked out. So that's how they're planning on watching it. So just so you know, you can New Japan World. Also, side note, Fight TV will have the Wrestle Kingdom 13 live pay-per-view on the Fight app as well. So lots of big streaming news for New Japan. And also the big news of the week. Well, this shakes up WrestleMania weekend a little. NXT has been moved from the Saturday night before WrestleMania to the Friday night. The way it originally used to go, NXT Hall of Fame Mania, we're back to that order. WWE said they'll be going back to the previous schedule on Friday, April 5th, NXT TakeOver, and then the Hall of Fame on April 6th, Mania April 7th. We believe this better serves our fans. Do you agree, Wired?
In a way, I do. I think I'm not going to try to sugarcoat this or BS anyone. I think this is definitely a move because of what Ring of Honor was able to accomplish with New Japan in Madison Square Garden on Saturday night. Anyway, what's funny is one of these had to get moved. Right, they were going head to head for the last 2 or 3 years.
Does this mean Ring of Honor won? Did Ring of Honor win the war?
I would say
no. I don't think the war. I don't think the war. Not the war.
Well, the war for WrestleMania weekend. I think
not even that. I think there's special circumstances.
Oh, it's like a super pose down breaking down right here. Should Doctor hit the music?
What?
Look, here's what happened. And congratulations to Ring of Honor for what they were able to accomplish with getting to Madison Square Garden. Next time when they're in Minnesota and they're playing at some college, auditorium 100 miles away from anything that's viable, no one's going to go to that thing, and NXT will be back on Saturday night.
Well, people are going to go to that thing, and yes, NXT will be back on Saturday night, but for this weekend, I believe that, little Ring of Honor and, not so little NJPW, they forced WWE's hand.
That's a battle.
They made them call their bluff.
Win the war on one night. You can't tell me, Triple J, that Ring of Honor was better than NXT last year in New Orleans. You can't say that because it wasn't.
Well, you can't say that about this one. This one's at the Garden.
Yeah, I think there's an argument to be made.
Doctor, you don't get to speak. You're not going.
Hey, you don't speak to the doctor like that.
Yeah, it's my 6th year, asshole.
No, it's already over. We're at 6 in one day.
But it's still they forced WWE's hand this year, and I think this is just going to be a one-off. And like Wired said, we're going to be back to next year. So you've got the Hall of Fame You've got the Hall of Fame on Saturday night, correct?
Yes.
That's what it seems.
The night before, so everybody's going to be up late. They're going to have to wake up early. I'm sure there's people, in the company, not necessarily in the production crew, because they're going to have to be busy anyway, but they're not going to like that they made this change.
This is WWE kind of, caving to Ring of Honor. If you ask me, I'm on that side. It might be for 1 year, but big victory. Not only are you getting into Madison Square Garden, but WWE's moving an entire event just because you made them. You forced their hand. So the bad news is we won't get to watch the Hall of Fame live. We'll have to do our drinking game on delay, Triple J. But better late than never. It's going to be a long night that Saturday night.
What if we stream it on our phone and just do it on our phone at Madison Square Garden?
That would be an expensive night.
I mean, for some of us, not all of us, Long Island.
Well, it's very expensive, man.
I could watch the Hall of Fame while I'm at Madison Square Garden, but I kind of want to just focus on all of the strong style action going on in the world's most famous arena, and then go into like 3 a.m. We'll watch the Hall of Fame, and we're gonna I don't need to sleep all weekend long. It's New York City. It's the show me state and the city that doesn't sleep. Triple J.
I've heard it be called that before. So yeah, I think this is a big victory for New Japan and Ring of Honor. A bit of a concession.
So wait, are the Marburgers going to get us NXT tickets now?
I say yes.
We have not discussed that with them. I would be open either way.
I'm always open for that. We'll have to go talk to Mr. Marburger here, who's enjoying some tortas, celebrating Dr. Calzones' 6th anniversary. But Brainiacs, start adjusting your Mania schedule because things have changed a little bit, at least with the order of the big shows. Speaking of Ring of Honor, they had 2 big signings this week, Triple J. We heard a 3-year contract to Silas Young that was apparently going to be signed by the last real man, but also new faces in Ring of Honor, Brody King and PCO. I mean, talk about brutality coming to Ring of Honor.
I do want to address that, but one last thing about this moving of dates. Does anybody expect Talent to be on both shows since they're not with each other anymore?
No.
If it was the other way around, maybe, but not in this order.
Okay, well that was a quick answer.
What's Keith Lee doing at Madison Square Garden?
You talk about Brody King and PCO, who is
not human.
Not human. I do not have the knowledge to speak on Brody King. I need to go check through some of the backlogs on this. PCO, I don't know how long the deal is. I see him more as an attraction. I'm not sure if, being on consistent ROH TV is going to help him, or the interest level is going to be there, but it's still a good deal. Do we know anything about the any rumor or innuendo on the length of the deal?
I don't imagine it's very long, because I don't see how PCO can live very long.
I don't think that would be great for them.
50 years old. Is he the oldest signee to Ring of Honor ever?
Probably, I would say.
And do you think they're only signing him because they're losing one old guy and they need an old guy because Christopher Daniels' contract is up?
Yeah, that's one way to think about it, but obviously they think that he's going to put butts in seats. Now, I don't think that anybody else would be clamoring to sign him, so I don't know why you
don't think Triple H is bummed that he missed out on this opportunity?
I don't think so. I'm not sure why you couldn't just work out a per date deal with him. I don't think he's going to the Performance Center, or
that would have been a good sign. If they would have got PCO and Destro to NXT, they could feud with Aleister Black. You could do some dark shit.
Although I would see Impact. I could see PCO, landing there.
Especially with Impact airing at 10 p.m. now, you could do a lot of really dark shit late at night. Oh my, with with the nipple clamps and electrifying testicles and whatnot and all that crazy shit PCO likes to do. Brody King, have you gotten a chance to look at a picture of him at least, Triple J? You know anything about him? The big bruiser Brody look-alike?
Yeah, I'm looking at these pictures here. You know, he's all tattooed up. You know, he's got a big beard, so that is stereotypical in professional wrestling today, I would say.
You're saying
Dr.
he doesn't
Calzones,
look very special.
He doesn't, but I didn't think Aleister Black looked extremely special.
I mean, he looks like a plumped, Aleister Black.
Yeah, I didn't think Aleister Black looked very special. And, you know, I'm hooting and hollering about him now, wearing his gear, singing his praises. So let's not rule anything out there. Dr. Calzones, have you seen this Brody King perform live? And if so, what style does he use?
Oh, no, I haven't seen this Brody King yet. I don't even know who this guy was.
What kind of style does this individual have? It looks like a brawler type stuff.
Yeah, probably like a brawler.
Yeah, he's a brawler. He's fought PCO, actually, and it was a very violent. Maybe they'll clash in Ring of Honor. Great signings by Ring of Honor. I expect to see both of them in Madison Square Garden in some kind of a street fight, I'm hoping. We'll see.
I'm just hoping for PCO versus Evil.
Oh, yeah. I like that idea. You know, Ring of Honor signing new guys, though. That's great because I want to see new faces for the Madison Square Garden show, right? The roster's great right now, but definitely needed to inject some new blood, even if it's, 50 years old. PCO, one of the hottest indie talents going.
Do you think he even has blood in his veins, or is it just
he's not human? Yeah, he's not human.
Battery acid or something else.
Yeah, and whatever the hell kind of liquids that Destro creep has in his bunker up there in Canada. Other news this week: Drew McIntyre versus Finn Balor and Elias versus Lashley added to TLC's card. 2 grudge matches, lots of momentum and lots of proving themselves type of situations there for Balor and Elias into TLC. Those 2 matches added the card. Wired, what do you think?
They're putting on a lot of matches for this. I think these are 2 matches that are necessary and needed based on what we've been seeing the last few weeks. But man, where are they going to fit all these matches?
On the WWE Network on December 16th, it's Tables, Ladders, Caca. It's a pay-per-view, and it's going to air worldwide. It's Trash, Ladders, Chairs, and it's going to be about 4.5 hours long. Plus, you got pre-shows. The Elias versus, what are they calling Lashley now? What's his new nickname, Triple J?
Lashley?
Yeah, he's like the Almighty. The Almighty Lashley. Yeah, the Almighty. He's the Almighty. Who's more Almighty? Can you have 2 Almighties with Christopher Daniels and Lashley, or is only one able to be Almighty at a time?
Well, only one in a promotion.
One Almighty per promotion.
Yeah, it's like Warriors. You got the Ultimate Warrior, so you can't have other Warriors.
So who's Almightier then?
I don't know. I almost want to say Daniels, but if these 2 ever hooked up, I know Lashley would just stomp on them.
Would he? I don't know. I mean, what are you laughing about, Doctor?
No, I just pictured Bobby Lashley stomping out Christopher Daniels.
That would never happen.
Would anybody pick Daniels to go over on
Yes,
Lashley?
Of course. He's got the best moonsault ever. Yeah, of course I'd have Daniels. Come on. Who's held more world championships? That actually are probably about the same.
That's close. Yeah, I would have to do some investigation for that.
Well, Lashley versus Elias and Leo Rush, I'm sure, will be ringside making fun of Elias. It's my favorite name that Leo Rush says is Elias. And then, of course, you have Finn Balor versus the Scottish psychopath, Scotland versus Ireland. Wired. That is an international incident. Bad blood. A lot to prove in that one between Balor and McIntyre. Yeah,
that I feel like goes back to the days of the battlegrounds down in are they Irish? Ireland and Scotland. I feel like they're fighting over some sort of border or something. I don't know. They're kind of close to each other, right? I don't know.
Fighting over a big sack of potatoes. That's actually going to be a TLC match.
This is my bag of potatoes.
With potatoes.
This is a sack of potatoes.
This one's for all the potatoes.
Hanging high above the ring.
A bag of potatoes.
Definitely a mismatch when it comes to
shy.
Here. And one is the former WWE Universal Champion, and the other one isn't. So who knows what's gonna happen in this match?
Well, those two matches added to the card at TLC, and from TLC to three other letters: MLW. Nothing like live Major League Wrestling, and we're going to get it on December 14th because that episode of MLW Fusion will be live on beIN Sports, which has never happened before, and it's going to be epic. You've got Rush coming from Mexico to take on Rich Swann. You've got a crazy middleweight ladder match between MJF and Cotto Brazil and Desmond Xavier and Andrew Everett and Jason Cade. Lots of flying around. You got DJZ and Dragon Lee. It will be in a main event type match. You got Filthy Tom Lawler, Selena De La Renta, the Hart Foundation, Tommy Dreamer, Low Key. Everybody will be on this show, and it's going to be live on beIN Sports from Miami. Dr. Calzones, I know major leagues are what you're all about. What are you looking forward to most on that card?
All of them. I'm excited for every single match.
Good answer, Doctor.
Good answer, Doctor. Very political. And Tony Schiavone, of course, will be calling all the action wired.
Oh, cool. So now I know I can mute it.
Well, you would mute Tony Schiavone?
Yeah. He just reminds me of the days of WCW.
I hope you last long enough after that comment to get a 6th anniversary special.
No, Wired's out of time. He cannot finish. No, we are at a time there with the headlines. But before we get to Falls Count Anywhere, Doctor, it's your 6th anniversary, and you told me before the show you had no idea that this anniversary was happening, but you had an idea to start a new segment on the show, and you said you want to do this every week now? You want to give us your bitch-ass fool of the week?
Yeah, that's correct, Long Island. So today, this is the first ever bitch-ass fool of the week, and the first ever bitch-ass fool award goes to me. I give it to myself, because now that I've come up with this segment, now I have to go back and start watching professional wrestling again. I have to watch Raw. I have to watch SmackDown. I have to watch NXT. I have to
MLW.
Watch, MLW. I have to watch Impact. I have to watch ROH.
New Japan.
I have to check New Japan. I have to check out Stardom. So I'm going to give the first ever award to myself. Mil Calzones, Dr. Mil Calzones is the first ever bitch-ass fool of the week.
And there he is. Dr. Mil Calzones, you are a bitch! I love that. It's a fun new segment. You could tweet at the doctor and give him suggestions for who the bitch-ass fool of the week is, but he's probably not going to listen to you because if you're suggesting it, then you're probably a bitch-ass fool, right, Doctor?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
But what's your again, Doctor? Give these bitch-ass fools your Twitter handle so they know who to tweet at.
At Calzones is bueno. That's where you can go. You can go ahead, write stuff down so I can call you a bitch-ass fool and we'll be good.
Well, that'd be the honor of all honors.
Everyone's
on Twitter.
eligible.
Everyone's eligible to be bitch-ass fool of the week. Doesn't male, female.
Is this like making the list of Jericho? Everybody wants to be on it now.
It's more prestigious to be the bitch-ass fool of the week. Can't wait for next week's bitch-ass fool of the week. And we'll be there right before we go Falls Count Everywhere every week now. The new bitch-ass fool of the week feature. My new favorite thing about Brainbuster Radio, Brainiacs. Tweet it, read it, tout it, shout it, be all about it at the Brainbusters. If you want to interact with us, we won't call you a bitch-ass fool there. We'll just talk pro wrestling with you. And then, of course, brainbusterradio.com. Triple J, are you ready for some blood?
I am ready.
Okay, because a bitch-ass fool knows that at the end of even a bitch-ass fool knows at the end of Brainbuster Radio, it is always time to bleed and Falls Count Anywhere.
Now, we talked a lot about December 16th, TLC, Trash LC, whatever you want to call it. But we haven't talked much about December 14th. And of course, that is Final Battle, ROH's last wrestling pay-per-view of the calendar year. And unlike many of you, many of the brainiacs out there, my fellow brainbusters, you are not at the Pittsburgh ROH tapings, but that is coming out over the air right now, and a lot of matches are announced. I'd like to highlight a few. Of course, we have to start off with the World Championship match, Jay Lethal defending against Cody. What else do you need to know about that? Secondly, a very, very personal match. Bully Ray versus Flip Gordon. This thing has been heating up. It's been a slow burn for a long time. I mean, you've had Singapore Kings, you've had Legends, you've had the ECW arena involved, and it's all coming to a head in New York City. Bully Ray versus Flip Gordon. Lastly, I would like to talk about the villain, Marty Scurll versus Almighty Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels. Seemingly nothing on the line in this one, but really everything is on the line. Is this the last time we're going to see Daniels in an ROH wrestling room? Does the villain have what it takes? Does he have the black heart to end the career of Daniels? I almost don't want to see this one, but I'm also looking forward to it very much. So again, that is ROH Final Battle, New York City, December 14th, and you can find it all on Honor Club on ROHWrestling.com.
ROHWrestling.com.
All right, I understand why Dean Ambrose went to get shots during Raw. I understand that city, Milwaukee has a lot of freaks everywhere, and I understand for getting that shot. But what I didn't understand was, where was Renee Young? Why wasn't he having her get shots as well? Aren't they married? Does he not love Renee Young? Does he not care about her wellness?
Brainiac said his eye. A man called Wired. And I can ramble on about a few things this week on my False Count Anywhere, but I'm not going to be Triple J. I'm going to follow the rules and do one thing here, and it's something we didn't talk about. We didn't talk about the newest rivalry in the WWE on SmackDown Live, and that is Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev. I mean, Shinsuke Nakamura did not even let the match begin with Rusev. I've never seen Rusev so dominated before. And I'm speechless. I'm speechless to understand what happened that day. Rusev did not show. I guess Tuesday wasn't Rusev Day because it did not look pleasant for him at all. Good luck, Rusev, because Shinsuke doesn't seem like he actually wants to have a match anymore.
Brainiacs, a lot of you are talking about the controversial promo that Dean Ambrose cut on Monday Night Raw, where he allowed us to see him getting vaccinated for all the disgusting towns he's going into. But also, you have to realize that he's going into a match with Seth Rollins, a human rat, at TLC. And everyone knows that rats carry all kinds of filthy, disgusting diseases. And everyone knows that at TLC, that rat, Seth Rollins, is going to be bleeding all over the place. So, like Dean Ambrose, I want to advise everybody going to the SAP Center in San Jose to please get vaccinated before you attend Tables, Ladders, and Chairs and you see Seth Rollins take on Dean Ambrose. And I don't care what it is, a rat could carry everything. Smallpox, measles, mumps, rubella, chickenpox, rotavirus, shingles, yellow fever, hay fever, polio, hepatitis A, hepatitis B, and hepatitis C, rabies, diphtheria, tetanus, the flu, all kinds of flus, bird flu, pig flu, swine flu, ape flu, pertussis, meningitis, papillomavirus, HPV, it's the worst. Just get vaccinated if you're going to TLC, goddammit, because there will be a rat bleeding all over the building. And That's what Dean Ambrose has to do to win the Intercontinental title, and we all understand that. But please protect yourself if you are going to watch that match live. For the love of God, be safe, get vaccinated before you see Seth Rollins wrestle. Triple J, you have all your shots?
I have, I want to contradict you a little bit. You can use the same shots that they give livestock. They work just the same for humans, and they're only half the price.
I don't think horse tranquilizers are the same thing for humans.
And those are
horses.
longer needles too, Triple J. I don't know if I want to fuck with those.
They're half the price.
I feel like Triple J has this underground basement that we have never seen in our lives, and I don't know what the hell's going on down there.
Technically, my basement is underground.
A lot of socks.
That's a good point. But I mean, yeah, a lot of socks hanging up there with some 8-inch needles.
Doctor, anything else to say on your 6th anniversary show? You want to advise everyone about other vaccinations they could get or something? You are a doctor.
Just it's getting cold out there. Take your flu shots?
Because it's cold? I gotta take a flu shot. Would it warm me up?
No, it's getting cold. People are getting sick.
It's true. They're sneezing. And wear your toques if you're in Canada.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you again. I love my 6 years. It feels like 2, but it's great.
Well, you're a bitch-ass fool, Doctor. And I could call you that because you named yourself the bitch-ass fool of the week. Wired, anything to say before we're out of here?
Let's get the hell out of here. What are we, like 10, 12, 15 days away from TLC? And then it's the road to WrestleMania. I mean,
trash, ladders, caca. Yeah, we are. You're right. You just want to... Doctor, are you at the time? It is that time of year, Wired, where I just go to bed real early every day, hoping to get to the next day to get closer to the Rumble.
Right? And I just can't wait to defend my title this year. It's gonna be
how many more sleeps till the Rumble?
Not many, Triple J. Not many. Any parting words, Jumpin' Jacob J?
We'll see you next week.
Yes, we will. We are out of time for the bitch-ass fool, Dr. Calzones, celebrating 6 great years on Brainbuster Radio. For the Sultan of social media, man called Wired, holding it down at the Brainbusters on Instagram Junior, Twitter, and all the social media gimmicks. For Musta Mark complaining on Reddit, Vinman on limited dates, kicking it in Vegas, and Jumpin' Jacob J, and Long Island Iced Tea. I'm Long Island Iced Tea saying, I gotta get the hell out of here and eat some tortas to celebrate the doctor.